In this video, we're going to talk about the possible shapes of graphs. All right, so far we learned two derivative relationships. The first derivative tells us my function is increasing, kind of going upward, or decreasing, kind of going downward. And our second derivative tells us concavity. We can go concave up like a cup, concave down like a frown. All right, so those are our two things we've learned. All right, the derivatives tell us some information about the original graph. But what happens when we kind of combine these two ideas? We can be increasing and concave down. We can also be decreasing and concave up. All right, what happens when we combine these two? All right, let's look at the four possibilities. All right, so if I make a little table, there's two possibilities for my derivative. My derivative can be positive or my derivative can be negative. Same thing for my second derivative. My second derivative can be positive or my second derivative can be negative. And you can see this creates four possibilities because there's two possibilities for each. What is my graph going to look like in these situations? If my graph is increasing and concave up, it's going to look like this. Right? That's increasing because it's going upward, left to right, but it's concave up. It's kind of the right-hand side of a parabola, upward parabola. What about decreasing and concave up? Well, decreasing and concave up, I'm going to be going down, but still kind of curving upward, and that's going to look like that. And you kind of see it's the left-hand side of an upward parabola. I'm going down, so it's decreasing. But my graph is all kind of oriented upward, curving upward, so it's concave up. All right, what about the alternatives? Now we're concave down and increasing, so I need to be going upward, but I need to be kind of turning down, and that's going to look like that. So it's kind of the left-hand side of a downward parabola. All right, but you can still see it's going upward, but now it's kind of curving down. Decreasing and down, well, there's only kind of one part that's not covered. That's that. I'm going down and I'm curving even farther down. I get that steep line there. So this is like the only four shapes of a graph you can have, depending on how your first derivative and second derivative interact. So this is just an introduction to that idea. Then now we can kind of combine these two ideas of increasing and decreasing and concavity to know the basic shape of our graphs. And just know these basic shapes because if you have, some information, your graph is going to go from that shape to that shape, to that shape, to that shape. It can help you graph more accurately.